Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144 chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than, guessed it, dimension number 5. As usual, I'm bringing you the news to infuse if you so choose to infuse with that light on the light grid. And if not, you can always refuse. But remember, those who refuse, be prepared to get fried on the grid. Happy 369 portal. Happy 369 vortex closing. Today is the day that we close out that vortex as well. And of course, happy summer solstice. I'm out here with some of the mosquitoes getting bit. It's after 8. I saw that 8:08 and I was like, oh, look at that. It's 8 and the sun is still out. Well, it's just now setting. But I was sitting here in the glow of the sun for a little bit till the cloud came in front of it. And then right before I got on, or maybe you'll hear it in the beginning, there were these crickets that was loud, just making a sound like, now's the time. So let me not delay any further. I've been in meditation all day. I just wanted to sit with the glow of the sun in this summer solstice. So really want to get this information to you all about the 369. So some of you have been listening to the videos, and yes, we have been in the 369 vortex ever since the 3rd, from June 3rd to now. And I stated that there were 369 portals, not just on the 3rd, not just on the the 3rd, 6-3, and then there is 6-12, and then 6-21, because those numbers are 3. 12 is 3, 21 is 3. So there are 369 portals, and in between them two were 9 days. So there we go. We have the vortex. Usually when there's a vortex, it's always 9 days in between. So from the 3rd to the 12th was 9 days, and from the 12th to the 21st was 9 days. And so I got a deeper, as some may know, the 369 is about a certain type of manifestation, but it's not just about manifesting, fancy cars, things that you want with your, let's say our flesh mind, but it is really manifesting this timeline. It's manifesting information. It's manifesting new, true information and timelines. Ashe. So this is a major manifestation month. This year, this year is 9. So it's a universal year of 9. There's a spiritual completion that is being had, and this month is receptive. It's 6. Right? It's the 6, not just because of the month is 6, but because the year is 9 and the month is 6. And when you add them, you get 15, which is 6, 5 and 1. So it also confirms this receptive completion that we're in. We're at the midpoint within the 369. So one of the beautiful things is I got deeper intel and information about what this 369 is. And not only that, the dimensional ascension through time. Right, you may hear something. This cat is like really frisky right now, having a ball with the ball. Right, and that's what some of us are maybe even feeling. Maybe it feels a little frisky, maybe it feels a little icky. For everyone's taking it a little differently. And I do have some information that I will share in different videos about the 369. So I'm going to break it up into 3, and I'll speak to you about those 3 points. You have the beginning point, the midway point, and the end point. The 3, of course, is the beginning point. They are the 3 major dimensional portals throughout time, through the ascension of time and how we ascend through time. And I've gotten more downloads about that, so I'll definitely share that, going over the first 3, then the second set of 3, and then the last. And today it's like there's a nothing new under the sun, or in the sun, in the stillness of the sun. There is a new word, or I want to say there's extensive or there's expansion on what we understand a 369 to be and why it holds the keys to manifestation. There is a transit. It is a transition, and there's a transit in time, in our time-space reality, that holds the key of how we are transitioning through the infinite nine, right? There are 9 dimensions, and as you continue, you cycle to the next dimension. I believe I've said that before. Oh, I didn't even know this popped off here. So I believe I've mentioned it before, where there is an ascension. Once you go past 9, and some people may say, oh, there's a 10th and 11th and 12th dimension, and yeah, but it's on another level. So 10 would be the first dimension on the next level. So once you cycle out, that's you're out. You've cycled. You've completed that cycle of 9, that dimensional cycle, so to speak, and then you spiral out. It's really spiraling, and then you loop out to the next level. And so that dimension 10 will really be the first dimension of the next level, right? So dimension 11 will be the second dimension of the next level, and so on and so on, and ever expanding on and on. So we were in this beautiful vortex of the 369. For those who have been getting information, great. I know I have been in the dreams. Usually these explanations of the dimensions were coming through in my dreams, and this is why I was saying in another video to write your dreams, or if you get a word, hold on to that word, hold on to the message in the dream, especially through the Jehudi month of Gemini. It's communication, it's expression, and we were moving swiftly through that. So it's bringing all that information, Ashe. So with that said, is there any other information? Let me make sure, because I have some information here that I did write down, but I probably want to share with you on the live. This is just to share the information of the 369 and what we have been doing. So the first 9 days was to travel through. If you've done it right, you were able to travel through. The first 9 days is the first dimension, the first 9 dimensions, or first 9 steps, however you look at it. And there should be some kind of completion in this manifestation. The theme of all of this is, what are we manifesting, which is of course our timelines, our next timelines. And through this major shift, and with all these solar flares, like this solar activity, the sun is doing its thing as it was today. And it was a beautiful, cool day. It wasn't just blazing heat. As I sat out here, you could feel the heat, and you can feel the wind move over you. So it was like fire and wind. It was like you'll feel the heat of the sun, and then you feel the wind blow across you. So that wind is bringing the element of the heart chakra. So what I'm seeing is the fire representing the solar plexus, and the wind representing the heart chakra. So working with our solar plexus and our heart, if I'm looking at what chakras I can share with you to work with, because the sun represents that solar plexus, your I am and your will to do. And being in the solstice allows you to be still and listen to instructions, to allow the receptivity to give to you, because that sun, that solar energy, we got a lot of sun, and that's the creative activity to get things done. But is it divine will? Right? So to be still so that you can turn over your will into divine will. And then as the sun moves forward, for those who don't know, the solstice is about stillness, right? Sol meaning sun, stis is a stillness. And so it's when it is known that the sun is still for about 3 days, and then it begins its movement, right? Truth be told, as we know, nothing is really still. Everything is ever moving. Even as I'm looking at the clouds right now, as we sit here, we know that the earth is rotating on its axis. So it's like nothing is ever really still. So there's an appearance of the sun being still for about 3 days before it begins its regular motion. And it could just be something that we're passing by in time, because I've spoken about that. Even as we look at retrogrades, it's like when a car beside you is moving, and it appears that you're moving too, but it's not. It's because that one is moving. So it's kind of like that. If you're moving this way and something is moving that way, it may, as we're passing by, it could be that we're passing a different solar system, but it's as we're passing it, or it appears that there's this stillness as we're passing because of how we're passing. So there's an appearance of stillness for 3 days, Ashe. So it's for us to get into that stillness and that understanding of what this stillness is bringing us. There's a lot that is happening energetically, and there is a shedding. That's the word that I was getting. There's an energetic shedding that is happening as the sun holds its note, right? So as the sun holds a note of stillness, so too does our soul, while the solar flares streams light codes within our soul, right? So it's streaming light codes within that ignites the fire of passion to remove impurities and transform our mind into the next timelines in our soul's ascension, because it is time. This is another year for the solar return, right? I kind of call this the year, the solar return of the sun in its stillness for 3 days before the miracle day, where it moves through us. As it moves through us, the transmissions of light codes to create with the divine will, fine-tuned by the receptive activity. So it's for us to create with our divine will, as I said earlier, not thine, but the divine's will. So be in the moment. Take these 3 days to meditate, to be in the stillness, just as the sun, solar plexus. Allow your ego to be in a stillness for 3 days of not getting caught up in external affairs and not allowing the extremities to distract you or distort you. This is a time to really go within the wise ego and allow that creative point, choice point. We're at a choice point, as we always are. Every moment, every now moment is a choice point. So it is for us to allow this light to touch our skin, to touch our souls, and go within into what we behold in our minds, for us to travel through time, these dimensional timelines that we're traveling through. There's so much to explore. For those of you who have gotten so much information in the 369 Vortex, utilize that. I do not find it a coincidence that today, as we close out the 369 Vortex, as well as the end point, the last 369 portal happens to be on the summer solstice. What are we closing out? What is it that is asking us to be still in our wisdom and allow the wind to move over the face of us? Just like it says the breath of life moved over the face of the earth. Allowing the wind to move over the face of you in these transmissions, during these transmissions in time. So for us to gain our wise knowings, our will, our divine will in our ego, and allow our heart to be open, allow the heart to carry you as that wind moves through you. The wisdom in the wind to carry you through your heart chakra, to open the capacity of compassion for yourself, as well as extending it to others. And know that that compassion does not mean that you sabotage yourself. There's a balance and there's a harmony, and through this compassion, it is also bringing understanding, so that you understand this is where you are, this is where they are, this is where the world is. You do not have to react because of where they are at. So it is asking you to allow your heart, going into your heart, to carry you into this next phase. Allow your heart to just open up and let the divine understanding stream through you. Let those light codes hit you. So many light codes to be getting. They're streaming right now, right? As well with all of the solar flares. The solar flares are sending this information. So also a little further to note that it is through the receptivity from the light codes, fire, solar flares. There is a blast of solar wind information that peels layers of dead cell information that no longer serves us, and therefore acts as an energetic shedding of our soul. That is the energetic shedding. Look at it like a blast of solar. That solar flare is like solar winds, right? That's like what I was explaining. I'm getting the heat of the sun, solar flares, but I'm feeling the wind, solar winds. So that blast is allowing it to blow through and like really just like, you know, shed, energetic shed, clear the way, right? So allowing us to have a shedding of our soul, both individually and collectively. This is happening from the micro to the macro, right? This solstice highlights a season of energetic shedding that strips and exfoliates the dead cells off our soul before we can truly evolve. While the 5D timelines are shifting, we are shifting within our own soul's dimensional timelines, while the planet is also shifting within its own dimensional, its fifth dimensional timeline. It is a revolve, a re-evolution, right? A revolution, which I call a re-evolution, through an interdimensional shift of ascension in time between souls, meaning the soul of us and the soul of the planet. The planet in and of itself is a soul. So there is an interdimensional shift that is happening in this ascension. So this is a major, I don't take this lightly, as I said, 369 portal, 369 vortex closing, and the summer solstice. This is really an energetic, a major energetic hot spot. And I do mean hot, because the sun is hot. All right, so if you can, in the next 3 days, I'll be going to a beautiful solstice event tomorrow. Be around familiar energy, be grounded, do grounded things, be around grounded people where you can really just walk barefoot in the earth, connect with the earth, get the light codes from the sun, drink a lot of water, meditate, eat alkaline foods, anything that you can to help you calibrate these frequencies, these energies, as you are calibrating. Your nervous system is calibrating as well. This is helping you to calibrate, you know, what is happening. And there's a lot that we have to pay attention to social, emotionally, right? Because that's where a lot of our disturbances may be. So as there are external upheavals socially and emotionally, it is coming so that we can shed those layers. Let the solar flares help you shed those layers. Ashe. So this is a beautiful solstice, and this was a beautiful vortex, and many of you faithfully have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if anything has come up for you in the 369. If there has been any enlightenment or just anything new that has come up for you. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. Hit that notification button, whatever you got to do to continue to help the algorithm so that it can get to those who may be in remote places that need to hear this information or know or be guided to where it is that they want to go, right? Let them know this is what the 369 really is. It's not a magic, you know, a magic rug to hop on. Oh, I'm getting my 369 manifestation. It's for us to understand the dimensional portals of the 369 and how it is a time travel through the dimensional, you know, timeline to help us access our timeline through the infinite nine. Ashe. So enjoy the rest of your solstice day. Enjoy your 369 all the way. As soon as there's a next one, I will let you know. But that is it for this month of the 369 portaling. And remember, it is also about pre-portaling work. It is never magical. It is mystical, but it is how you are in tune with the frequencies and what you have been doing in your own soul's work that helps you align with these energies and frequencies that can best help advance you to your next timeline. So happy timeline shifting, happy quantum leaping into the next dimension of your soul's timeline, into the fifth dimension. Ashe. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light.